Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This time I'll be covering a build for Nicholai, the strongest build for Nicholai. This will be another version of the one that I did, the first video one. So I'll go over the everything here, and then I'll show two matches using it. So I'll pause the video if you need to here to read everything. But I'm using the one where Nemesis come faster when they tracked. When they are tracked, I'm using the one where they get tracked when they get hit by a shot by any kind of firearm. Well, I mean, just pause the video. Honestly, it's going too fast here. But yeah, so the reactor there. Now, for this equipment here, I would say only the last two there are kind of mandatory. The infection one, the viral canister, and the one to set up the guns faster. So here's the deck as well. On the deck there, the only thing I would change is the mod for energy if you want, but I think it helps. Now, this is really, I'm showing here different options that you can use. Especially on that perk, it's the only perk that I would change most of the. But I guess you can change the damage if you want, but I'll mostly only mess with this one. You can use. I'm just trained. Everything I'm changing there is different options. You can use the biting. You can use more infection. You can use damage. You can use cooling fan. So they always are gonna help you very much. So and here are a few other options that I recorded later because I forgot to show on the first record there. But again, like you can use the infection there. You could try. The biting, you can try the one that I'm gonna show here, which is the one that's for traps. So that works especially well on the mobilizing rounds because it makes them take this one right now. It makes it takes longer to get off the mobilizing rounds. You can also use this one for the camera to move faster when you're controlling it. You can use the one where this one I'm gonna select right now on the screen so that when they're shooting at you, you can shoot them back without getting stuck so much, you know. You can use this one for Nemesis to recharge faster. You know, there's plenty of stuff you can use. Another mod you can use as well, instead of using the one for energy, it's even the mod that reduces the time for the bioweapon. Now, yeah, this one I'm selecting right now is the one for the movement speed when you're controlling the camera. This is just like different variations you can use. Everything I selected there is a possible variation you can try if you feel like it. I just would not mess with the last two there, which is the infection, the viral canister, and the one just setting up the guns faster. Those are kind of key there. And like I said, on the deck, the only thing I would change is the mod, where the green mod for energy. If you want to, you can change that. But anything else, I would not mess with. It's kind of key to the strategy of the build. The mods for discount as well as the you know, I just say that because maybe you want to play with three mods, so you want to have more space in your hand, so that's the only reason you would, you know, take that the green mod off. But I feel like it really doesn't bother me playing with three mods. You see here in the games as well. So this time I'm going with the reactor there for more energy. But like I said, both worked. In the second match, I'm gonna vary it as well. I'm not gonna use the reactor. I'm gonna use something else, and I really didn't feel much difference. Like I didn't miss the energy when I was not using the reactor. But with the reactor, it's just like even better, you know, because you have, you know, a spill of energy. If you don't need without it, with it, it's like even better. So here you see they're kind of high level there, these guys as well. The first one, the Valor, is actually a friend of mine. So they're definitely experienced players. So it would be a good example of the build. It's really I actually it doesn't seem like all that good to me, but it just works so well. I mean, I never lost with this build so far, but I'm still testing it out. But I just thought it was so good that you know, people usually lose on area 1 with this build, or you know, they don't really get past area 2, especially when you get Nemesis, because the time is usually already so low that, you know, by the time you get Nemesis or something like that, it's just like you're pretty much, you know, stepping on their heads when they're on the ground at that point. So right there, I started 5 minutes. Now by the way, the preset, you definitely want to use infectious zombies on the preset for this build, because infection is the way to go. Like you want to you know, win them with beat them with the time and everything. So infection goes a long way. Right, that was a miss. Fortunately, I thought it would hit. See right here, I'm just trying to mark them. I'm not really trying to down anyone here. Just maybe injure them, get some marks, because the gun is so cheap that I really don't lose much by using it. By using it that way, just like, you know, kind of in a spammy way. So I noticed the Jan is alone here, so I'm gonna focus on her since she's alone and I have immobilized around. It's pretty much a free kill for me. Right there. Now they have to come save her, and even if she gets picked up, she's gonna have to waste at least like 2 green herbs to be able to fully get her health back, which is all her resources. Now I noticed as well Samuel is trying to rush here alone by himself, so I'm gonna. He's definitely infected here from all these hits. I got a bite as well, so they lost like plenty of time there. Now here I quickly switched to the camera and I tried to down him, but unfortunately I guess the shots missed. But if I hit those 2 shots, he would definitely be down. I was trying to shoot him while the zombie was grabbing him. Was my intention there. Right there, she threw a Molotov on the camera. I think it's a waste, but I mean, it does work. So it pretty much breaks the camera instantly. Now here, this is one thing I mentioned about the variation. One equipment you can use instead of using the reactor for energy is the the cooling fan. So that would have helped right here. I would have been able to, you know, get back to the camera faster. So again, I'm just injuring them there, getting them infected. I left the camera there before she could destroy it, so that's why it's really important that you have the fast setup on the cameras, so you can do, you can get away from the cameras before they destroy it, and you just pretty much give them 20 seconds. Right there again, she used the Molotov on the camera. Oh, and the bioenergy is kind of key too, because you want to use energy leech on the zombies, so that that will also help with his because Nicholai doesn't have a lot of energy, right? So having the energy leech goes a long way there. It really helps. So again, she used the Molotov on the camera. You see, I got off the camera before she could get to time from it. So that was good on me. Now this is the same thing again. If I had cooling fan there, I could have used that camera like right now. I could have been using that camera already. And because I don't have cooling fan, that's not an option. But just an example of the different variation you can use with that. Was it the third slot? Oh no, it was the second slot that I showed. How the cooling fan would have helped in some instances here in the match. But of course the reactor is still helping, everything helps. It's just really which you want to prioritize there with the variation. Right here, the air cannon I mainly only use to mark them, really. It's just a marking tool. But if you get a gun right after a card gun right after the air cannon, you can actually combo both of them, because as they're getting up from the air cannon, you can quickly load your weapon and shoot them. That would also get them infected, especially if it's the machine gun. You can infect them before they'll completely get up from the ground, and that way they will cough as soon as they get up. So they're stunned by the air cannon, and then you shoot them with the machine gun. They get infected before they get up. Not to mention they're losing almost half of their health, and then they're gonna be forced to cough right away as soon as they get up. So that means essentially another stun. They're not gonna be moving. So you can pretty much kill them right away with the machine gun by just comboing with the infection passive there and the air cannon. So again, I'm just showing the deck here real quick. You see right there, I'm using the cooling fan now, the second slot there on the equipment, because I was really just testing out here. And everything pretty much seemed to work. It doesn't seem to, but I definitely noticed that the cooling fan on some moments it can actually make it can allow you to use the camera at moments you wouldn't be able to otherwise, So it's definitely a good pick for the variation there on the second slot, the cooling fan. And one thing I need to mention about the damage, the reason why that first slot for the damage that costs 6 points on the equipment is really important, is that with that damage right there, you can kill people with 3 shots with the high caliber rifle. If you take that equipment off from the extra damage on the guns, you're not gonna down them with 3 shots from the high caliber. So it kind of goes a long way as well. Being able to have that one last time, the faster time to kill with that one last shot. If you combo another variation I showed you as well, if you can use both two equipments for increasing the gun damage, the moderate and the great one. If you use both together, it's like it gets even stronger. And even the normal gun that costs like only 1 point here, the normal rifle, it will down him in like 4 shots, I believe, which is actually, pretty. Considering the high caliber is three shots, to down him with 4 shots with the normal rifle is kind of a big deal. So that's just another option as well. I didn't show it in the video, but I did play some matches with it, and it really felt good because the infection makes a lot of difference, because they cough, and then the coughing takes a bit of their health as well, you know. So that makes it so essentially it's kind of like the if the gun damage was increased, you know, because like for example, like I said, the high caliber rifle, you shoot them 2 times, and they're gonna cough, they're gonna get infected because you're using the viral canister. It also affects how effectively the shots infect them. So on the second shot they're gonna get infected, so that means they're gonna cough right away, which gives you the third shot for free because they're gonna be not moving as much from the coughing. You see right here is the perfect opportunity when the zombies grab them like that, and that's why one of the variations I said you could use is the grabbing for the creatures. It's called the fresh blood, the equipment, because if they can do that, and you see right there another example of the coughing. When they cough like that, you have a bunch of free shots on them every time. But like I was saying, because with the fresh blood, if the zombies are grabbing them more often, you can, if you have a gun in your hand on your cards there, you can pretty much kill them right there before they leave the animation of the zombie grabbing them because of the high damage and everything. You see right again, they're all like low on health and infected. And I'm just pretty much trying to eat their time away here. The Jill is gonna get killed because no one came to heal her. You see again, I'm just using the energy leech as much as possible. I hear I'm missing a few shots, but if she would have probably, you know, could have downed her if I was hitting more. Someone is shooting my camera there, so I can't move her very well. You see, I noticed that they were ignoring my zombie, so I was I went for the Val there because she was not looking at me. So if I get a grab from behind, that's pretty much an unavoidable bite. So that's why I focus on the Val there instead of anyone else, because that would be the most guaranteed bite out of all of them. So you see, they pretty much got to the next area with like 0 seconds. Now here it's kind of tough to hit with their tiny hitbox here, but I'm trying. Remember that with this build, like 2 shots on the high caliber is gonna make them infected already. Now here I'm marking them so I can get the Nemesis faster. Again, this is really just a marking tool, but here's a good example when you get the guns right after you use the air cannon. You see, because he got up and he coughed right away from getting affected from the shots, he's pretty much a free down right there. Just it works almost like an immobilizer round. Now here I'm spawning him just to really spread the infection a bit more. That's why, because they have to heal this person, so I'm putting some pressure here on the heal. And you see right here, because I have the cooling fan, I was able to use that camera again already, which is like I mentioned, like how the cooling fan can make quite a difference. Right here, I'm not sure how they're taking like, I guess they're using 2 blue, green herb, no, it's yellow. They're using 2 yellow herbs at the same time. Maybe the valve used the, you know, it's probably the valve that used the, I don't know though, because she was using the infection. It was just really weird. I didn't quite understand how they were taking like 77 damage from a punch. The punch usually does like 200. I'm not sure how they reduced the damage by that much, but really, whatever. And I mean, yeah, that's a good example. By the time you pretty much don't even need Nemesis to win with this build. And usually when you get Nemesis, it's just like I said, you're pretty much stepping on them, and they're already at the ground. You're just like stepping on them at that point. But yeah, guys, that's the build. You can guys try the different variations of equipment there, see what works best for you. The deck is really, I wouldn't change much there. And yeah, guys, that's the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.